so they could do earlier, but maybe didn't see the message. That's all right. Hopefully they'll hop on. We will keep this short, simply because I know that there's a couple of you guys that are hosting the call tonight, and you guys need a few minutes to kind of get your mindset together for the Monday night call. So awesome on the Divine Alliance page. All right, I got a really good devotion today for this fine October 3rd, right? We're October 3rd Monday. Yes, we are. Already. Crazy. All right, so here we go. It says, when many things seem to be going wrong, trust me. When your life feels increasingly out of control, thank me. These are supernatural responses, and they can lift you above your circumstances. If you do what comes naturally in the face of difficulties, you may fall prey to negativism. Even a few complaints can set you on a path that is a downward spiral by darkening your perspective and mindset. With this attitude controlling you, complaints flow more and more readily from your mouth. Each one moves you steadily down the slippery spiral. The lower you go, the faster you slide. But it is still possible to apply brakes. Cry out to me in my name. Affirm your trust in me, regardless of how you feel. Thank me for everything, though this seems unnatural, even irrational. Gradually, you will begin to ascend, recovering your lost ground. When you are back on ground level, you can face your circumstances from a humble perspective. If you choose supernatural responses this time, trusting and thanking me, you will experience my unfathomable peace. I like that a lot. When, a lot of us have faced a lot of things. Some people were really, really working hard towards getting those entries, and some didn't get an entry in, and some got entries in. And so I know that can feel like, I worked so hard, and it just didn't happen. But then I always ask myself, how much planting of seeds was happening? You know what I mean? Like when a incentive comes out and all of a sudden we get this chance to go after something, but we haven't been working our business all the time, it can be a little bit more difficult to be able to make it all grasp and come together in 5 days when he says, all right, get an entry in, and then you can be in this $1 million giveaway. So don't feel defeated. Don't feel like, I did all that work and it was for nothing. Becky specifically is still getting some harvest coming in. A distributor just came on. Well, a customer just came on. And was that from all the messaging you did previous, Becky? Yeah, so that's awesome. So just keep on, keep the faith, keep trusting. That's all that God asks us to do, is just keep the faith and just keep putting one foot in front of the other. And I just wanted to, welcome you guys. Thanks for coming on the call, and getting last minute here and just being able to connect on our once a month leader meetings. So where is my sheet here? Sorry, I got to find. I brought it back. Here it is.
Hey, Liz?
Yeah.
I wanted to say, too, that one thing that, I found that some of the people on my team were a little discouraged because they didn't get an entry. Mm-hmm. But what I pointed out to them was, like you had said, they gave us 5 days to accomplish what sometimes takes all of us a month to accomplish.
Right.
So even if you didn't get an entry, sent out messages like crazy, most likely all of you that were going for an entry, even if you didn't get one, you sent out more messages in 5 days than you probably have done in an entire month. So what I've been telling my team is just look at what you did accomplish in 5 days. Mm-hmm. Multiply that for the entire month of October, and just imagine what the harvest is going to be on that,
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. Absolutely. And so, I always tell myself, don't slow that down now. You know what I mean? Don't slow that down. Keep moving with that. Keep moving through every single day. We should act every day, and the beginning of the month is like the end of the month, so that you can get those steps of success completed rather towards the beginning of the month rather than wait till the very end of the month. And I know it's natural to be procrastinating and just, I got the whole month to complete my steps of success. But we all know all of a sudden at the end of the month, you're pinching yourself, you're putting a ton of stress on yourself. And then then that month ends and you're like, I didn't get where I wanted to go. So if we start in the beginning and really work each day as if it's the last part of the month, then I really, I just watch the fruit that can happen when you do that. So I think that's a very good thought, Becky, to just coach your teams if they're feeling a little bit down, that just give them a pat on the back and remind them the work they did do and the planting that they did do, and not to stop, to keep moving through. Okay, so a few things I want to make sure what we talk about is, conference is totally coming up. So I hope you guys all have it marked on your calendar that October 16th at 3:05. It'd be 12:05 my time. Is it 3:05 Eastern or 3:05 Central? Does anybody remember? Is it Eastern? Is it Central? I can't remember. Somebody on mute.
But it was Eastern.
What is it?
I always thought it was Eastern because then it was 2:05 our time here in Minnesota.
All right. So then 3:05 Eastern makes it 12:05 my time. So, and 2:05, so Central time, and 3:05 Eastern time. So be ready. Coach your teams. Don't wait till the 16th and go, did you get your ticket? Coach your teams now. We know, if you've read Eric Worre's 7 Steps to Becoming a Network Marketing Professional, he says what really will show you what your paycheck will look like in the next year is based on how many team members you get to conference. So, and I believe he said if you get, for every one, was it $1,000 was the average of what you would make? So if you want to make $7,000 in the year, get 7 people on your team there. If you want to make $6,000 in the year, get 6 people to conference, and so on and so forth. I know it's in that book. I read it several times. I'm like, whoa, that's perspective. Because we can speak to them. I can speak to you, and you can hear things, and it goes out another ear. We can bring guests in to hear it. Hopefully that'll help them. But getting to conference, we know when they hear the stories on the stage, and they connect with someone who has a similar story from their past to what they're sitting in, that is what will make all the change in the world. That's what happened to me. That's what happened to most every single one of you. It was getting to conference. It was feeling the energy. It was, catching the vision. Because remember, the vision is not taught, but it's caught. And really where you see that is when you're in those seats. And I know Becky, she was able to watch it online, which allowed her to really catch it even from online. But really work right now to ask your people personally, you're coming to conference, right? You're coming to conference, right? You got to be there with me. We got to figure out a way. I know Becky's already been coaching her team. They're going to be driving together. They're going to split gas costs. They're going to split hotel costs. So she has already got that going with her team. And so the more people you can get from your team to go and figure out a plan. And you saw how Mark Pentecost is even giving us wrap rewards so that we can literally make back our money. That's insane. There's no reason why a person can't get there. It is an investment in you. It's not a sacrifice. It is an investment in you and your business. It is an investment in your family and your future for your family and your team and helping them get where they need to go. So conference. Can't say enough about conference. And maybe we can already start, on maybe the Divine Alliance page and the Team Enter. Maybe each of you can maybe go on there between now and the next couple days and just share why it's important that you get to conference. I think if everybody puts a little post together or goes live and explains what conference is like and what it did for you personally, for your business, I think that would be huge. Would everybody be okay to go live in the next couple days? Do it on Team Enter or do it on Divine Alliance. Hopefully, I don't know if I can share it. I don't think you can share from one group to another group. But let's go. Let's do that. If you can do it, how can we do that? You can't share it into the other one. And it'd be good if we saw it on both places because some people aren't on Divine Alliance. Who has an idea of how we shall do that? So they get it in both places. I'll make sure that I talk about what conference did for me too, and I'll go in both places. Hey, Colleen. Hey, Lisa. Thanks for joining us, guys. Last minute. So conference. So definitely go there and explain the energy, how you feel, how you felt when you were there, what happened to your business when you left, and just really hype that up right now in the next couple days. Is everybody cool with that? Give me a thumbs up if you're cool with that. Awesome. Hey, staff, Francis. Okay, so those of you that missed it, just go back. We're talking about conference. The importance of, let's go on the different threads of Team Enter and on Divine Alliance and share why it is so important to get to conference and what it has done for you. We need to hype up our teams and get them the most amount. I can remember the year I had 30 people at conference from my team, and we made over $18,000 during that season a month. So that was a pretty huge year, and that was exactly in line with what Eric Worre said when he said, for every one person you have there, I wasn't making 30,000, but that would have been awesome. But it was a lot more than I was making. So it's really important to get everybody there so they can grasp and catch, not catch, but really get that fire in their belly for what conference is. So, okay, so conference. Good bonuses. Who's excited about the good bonuses? Seriously. Like, this reminds me, it takes me back 4 years ago when this was all announced, and that's when we went diamond, double, triple. So, that's really something for us to all really get excited about. We just can't speak it out enough to our teams, and you can't say it enough to reach out to every distributor and say, have you heard? What are you going for? Which one are you going for? I'm going for this one. What are you going for? So we really got to get that going with our teams. Remember, they follow what we do. So if we don't do anything, they won't do anything. If we don't make a plan, they won't make a plan. If we're not out leading from the front, they're not going to do what we're not doing either. So we got to all get out there, get excited about these good bonuses. These are life changers. Life changers. This is where you can hang up your job. This is where you can bring a husband home. This is where you can completely transform your business. So we've got to really, really grasp onto that, throw that out there, what you're going for, and really ask your teams individually too, not just mass threads, but individually. What are you going for? How can I help you? Who are your runners? You saw what I posted to you. Now you should layer that down to your teams. And you know where I got that from? Where I said, message me your game plan. Remember that message I gave you guys? I said, message me your game plan. Let me know who your runners are. That was from Cammie Dempsey. She asked all of her top leaders, I want your game plan by Sunday night. You tell me who your runners are. You tell me what you're going for. That was from her. So I took that because I'm going to, of course, copy the right cat. And I hope you take those things that you like and you keep layering the leadership. If it stops at you, and you don't lay it later on to your next people, then how will you continue to layer that down? How can we continue to keep that moving from generation to generation, from level to level? So throw that out there, see where your people want to go, and help them achieve that. And I love how Becky said, certainly, talk about what they need to do. What are the things they need to do? What is it going to look like when you're going after a good bonus? So I know, Becky, you were saying, my team, I don't think they understand what that looks like to go after a good bonus. That means clearing out the stuff that can be cleared out. That is not a big deal if you do it or not. That stuff needs to move because, and I know Mark said, people are going on a Disney cruise right now and they should be totally clearing out their calendar and working right now so they can go on Disney cruise every single day of the rest of their life. It was just funny when he said that. So really make sure what you're focusing on, that is what's forming your future. So right now, the good bonuses are here. John, you want to say hi? Does he need to come in here?
Yeah, he's going to put a thing on. Hey, guys, how you doing? Hello, hello.
Yeah, we're talking about good bonuses.
Everybody's muted, I see.
Hello.
Good to see y'all.
You too.
Looks beautiful there, Stephanie. Is it nice out today?
Yeah, it's really nice right now. What was it? It was 70 today, so it was nice. The kids are actually outside running around in their underwear, if you can see them.
Awesome.
I love it.
We do that occasionally here, too, but we usually let it get dark first.
Oh, yeah, right.
Oh, that's funny.
All right.
Woo! Look at the Grundys. I love them.
Superman.
That's so funny.
Thanks again for your help yesterday.
You're welcome. Anytime. Make sure you ask anytime.
Awesome.
Yep, thank you.
Cool. Okay, so good bonuses, good bonuses. Game plans, ask your teams. The same thing I ask you, layer down to your teams. And if they say they're not willing, we got the worker here. What's your name again?
I'm Adam.
This is Adam. Say hi to my team from Minnesota and Ohio, Adam.
Hi.
Go team, he says. Go team. So he's totally making sure our air conditioning, ductwork, and all that stuff is all good. Because can you believe an air conditioning bill in the summer can be $400 here. $400 for air conditioning, like in June, July, and August. So we saw them at the home show, and that's what they do. They go around. It's like totally a free thing that they get some kind of a rebate thing to come in. And if you'd like them to come in and check your whole ductwork, make sure it's all blowing correctly. But anyways, okay, so then what was I talking about? Game plan. So the same thing that I tell you guys got to do the exact same thing to your peeps. And you know what? If some of them are saying like, no excuses, or not ready to do that, that's totally fine. Work with the ones who are working, okay? Just work with the ones who are working. And remember, that might be one person on your team, that might be 0 right now. You may not even have that person quite yet. So don't be discouraged by that. Complete your steps to success. So I don't know if you guys have been seeing what I've been doing, but vendor shows, hello, it's the season. This is the time. I got six loyal customers last month, and they were all from a home show. I got one of the distributors of my 3 was from a home show. So, really plug into those vendor shows that you can get into and start getting into those craft and vendor shows, because that's going to just get you in front of more people. And I was talking to Kim. She had a leadership group Zoom this morning, and I talked about too, what have you not joined in a while? What different group do you need to be a part of? Is there a Bible study group that you can hop into to learn and network and grow your heart and your mind and your networks of people right now? Because we talked about that. I'm like, I joined a growth group through our church, through a ladies group. And I joined it because I need to grow my heart and my mind. But then I also knew it was also going to be a great way for me to network with new people. So that was killing 2 birds with 1 stone. I also joined a gym. I need to continually keep my health at the forefront. So I said, this is an investment in myself, and it's also an investment in my business, because Jay, the girl who just launched yesterday, was from LA Fitness, who I simply handed a Blitz card to. Ask yourself, is there a group that you could get into right now, a mom's group, a MOPS group, a whatever group that you maybe have been saying, I don't have time for, that is blocking your business from growing because you can't afford not to network with new people? Hence, we're in network marketing. So our business is all about networking, all about growing, all about relationship building, all about getting in front of new networks. So if you don't have a vendor show, look up one, find one to be in. If you are not in a gym or a mom's group or a Bible study group or a extracurricular, whatever group, doesn't have to cost money. I highly encourage you to start doing that, because that's the way you're going to open some more networks of people. Okay? So that's something to put on your list. And again, share these things with your team. If I'm telling you these things, I've got it from Kim from this morning. We were chatting about ways to grow a network. I pass it on to you, and then you pass it on to your team. It just keeps layering, layering, layering. That's where we get this awesome, solid foundation of a team, and we're layering our leadership. Okay? Book club. I said, you know what? I think a missing piece in our team right now. I mean, I'm going to be quite frank and honest. I have not been doing a whole lot of personal development during the move from Minnesota to here, and I was lacking that big time. I noticed it with my own belief system, and I said, it's time to pick up some books I haven't read. So I thought, you know what? I'll grow my mind while I grow with my team's minds. So then I said, let's do a book club. So there again, I'm multitasking. I'm leveraging my time by growing my own mind while I help you guys, whoever's joined in on this leadership group, to grow your mind as well. And then we're all going to grow, and we're all going to get better. And everyone knows when a leader gets better, everyone gets better underneath them, because you just raise that next leadership level and you attract people who are at higher leadership levels. So some of you have already joined the group. We start next Saturday. We're going to have, we're calling it Coffee Awesome, Becky, Coffee with the Coaches. And if some of you haven't seen it yet, and if you'd like to be a part of this, then you better message me right away so I can get your books. I've been doing, I actually sent them to everyone who said they wanted to be a part. Awesome, Stephanie. And so the first 3 chapters are due by this next Saturday. And we're doing 9:30 Central in the morning, 7:30 for me. I got to get out of bed really early on a Saturday. 9:30 for Central and 10:30 for Eastern. So we're going to be doing this. We're going to grow our minds together. We're going to grow together. We're going to get better. So I'm excited about that. Let's talk a little bit
Liz.
about, yeah.
Is the book available via audio, or do you need to actually have the book?
I did see that it said there was a, whatever you call it, where you can listen to it, audio thing. Like a Kindle.
Okay. Okay, because I was just curious, because like we're gonna be driving, like Harley's got a game on Thursday that's like over an hour away, and I thought that maybe that'd be something that I could listen to. A lot of traveling, but I was just wondering if that was available for that.
Yeah, I did see it on Amazon that you can get it for the Kindle. I don't know. At least I saw that. And who knows? Look on YouTube. It might be free. Their audio might be free to listen to. Sometimes they're right there free.
I'll check.
As an audio. So let us know that. And then more people who want to be a part can listen in too. Thanks, girl.
Okay.
Great question. And then let's talk about, like, I don't know if you guys saw the Bob Goshen video. It was an 8-minute thing I found on the power of layered leadership. And he was talking about culture. He said so many people start building their teams. They started business. They get this all going. They're building the organization, and they're all worried or concerned and saying the most important things is what our building looks like, you know, good bankers, good financial people. And he said every single time people miss, when you're building an organization, the culture. And we know that Mark Pentecost does an amazing job at building the culture. He calls it the It Works way. He talks about how we're different. We make the common or the uncommon common, you know, and all those kinds of things that the impossible possible. And he talks about being a giving back, the fun, friendships, and freedom, all those things. And so, you know, that's something that really hit me when I was listening to his, if you guys saw it, I put it in, I don't even remember where I put it in, some thread, maybe Divine Alliance, maybe Legacy Leaders. I don't even know what group I put it in. But it's really, really good. I'll make sure I add it to the threads here. I think I might have put it in one of the threads. But he talks about not forgetting. What really keeps the glue of your team together is the culture. And when he's talking about culture, he says that's values and vision. And I have to shout out Becky a little bit. I saw that she had her team putting together their dream boards via social media, if you saw. So we cannot speak out enough our dream boards, our vision boards, and why we do what we do. So I'm just kind of going back to the drawing board after listening to that. I'm like, he's so right. We have to always lead with our whys, because if we don't constantly go back to our whys and keep putting our whys in front of us, our vision boards, talking about it, throwing it out there on social media, it's very easy for us to forget why we do what we do. Like, you get up every day and you go, what am I doing it for? I don't even know what I'm doing it for anymore. But when you remember why you're doing what you're doing it for bringing your husband home, you know, keeping you home from having to go back to a corporate job, for your kids, for the braces, for the whatever it is, that will continually remind you every single day why it is what you do is what you do. And the same thing with your team, the exact same thing. You have to keep throwing that out there. We have a ton of new distributors that just came into our business within the last probably month. And so we need to ingrain that in them. All right, get your why out, get your board out. You know, I know they get one in their business builder kit. I think they still get one in their business builder kit. Little paper poster. Tell them, you know, besides watching their training videos, you need to get your vision board together. I need to see your vision board. I need to know why it is you're here. You need to know why it is you're here. How much do you need to make? Make sure you lay that down so that you know, and that lay that groundwork down so you know what you're working for and what you're helping them work towards. And then you can remind them, remember, this is why you joined. Don't forget why you joined. When you feel like quitting, don't forget why you joined, why you started. Okay? So don't forget that. And also, if there is any, with the values, or with the culture and the vision, he said the values. So I just have to speak to this for a minute, because if there's people on your team that are, you know, maybe not talking positively about people, or they're just spreading gossipy type stuff, or they're just not holding that high value, it is our job as leaders to lovingly tell them that a behavior or that talk is inappropriate, and it's not what we do here in our team at It Works, because just like cancer, if you let that continually grow in your teams, it will cause a major problem with your team. So remember to hold those values high, that we are a positive place, that we speak well of people, that we don't air our dirty laundry on Facebook, that we are, people of integrity. All those value things are things that we need to make sure we set the bar for. And, I understand venting. I get it. Everybody needs a moment when they need to vent. I get that. I think I give people about a couple minutes, and then it's time to switch that back. Okay, you've vented enough. Now we're going to switch that around. Now let's move on from here because we can't do anything about the past. Let's move forward here with positivity, and you've done your venting, and don't allow it in your threads. Don't allow it in your threads. Don't allow it in your Facebook pages. New people are looking at that going, oh, you know what I mean? And it's just not good to see. So those are private conversations that you're having. And those are, I go upline. If I have an issue, I go to Kim. Like, Kim, I need some help. I need you to help me pray about this. What would you suggest I do? Go upline to those kinds of things. Never air it on pages. If there's somebody that's putting something, just kind of private message them and say, I'm going to take that down. Let's just chat over here about this. And then just kind of let them know how you'll work through that. And I think that's important to be said because it can get really nasty sometimes if we don't keep that high value system. Like I said, keeping that level of expectations of keeping a positive, encouraging environment. Does anybody have any questions on that as leaders? Becky does.
Okay, so my question is, I don't want to say it's necessarily like positive or negativity, but I'm having an issue where God loves my team. I love them so much. We are, and you've seen it. They are so, like, we literally, my team, I'm so proud of them because they are truly embodying like being a family, one team, one mission. But I'm having an issue as far as people that work during the day and they can't follow the thread until they get home from work. And then there's like 100 unread messages in the thread because I'm finding that the team is like, oh, sorry, this is off topic, but I'm struggling with morning sickness. Do you guys have any ideas? What can help me with morning sickness? And you know what I mean? So it gets like off topic and I'm like, I don't want to have to make another team thread, you know what I mean? To let them talk about that stuff. And it's not that I don't want to help with that stuff, and like be involved because I want to keep building those relationships with my team because I do think it makes us stronger. But in the same sense, I want to keep it to the, as much to the business as possible. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I don't know how to come across as sounding like, no, this is for business. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, people's notifications are going off like crazy. And so if there's a whole bunch of conversation going on about what's best for breastfeeding, what's this or that, people don't want like ding, 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 ding about breastfeeding. They're going to get annoyed and want to get out. So I would just tell them because this is business, and just lovingly, like I love this and this is great. And let's have a side conversation somewhere else about that with a few other people if you want to do that. But for this thread and for this team purposes and to keep it so that it's not constantly going off for people when it's information that they don't even need to, they don't need to know for their business. That's what I would say because I had to say that several times before. I've had to say like, even if people are trying to sell stuff, I'm like, this isn't the place for that. If you want to sell stuff, like sell, like you're having a party with whatever other, you'll do it on the side and put a thread to the side. I love you all and that's so awesome, but let's keep it business. So, we have a prayer page if there's things to pray about. And of course, if people have something that, want to pray about, there's a birthday, there's obviously those kinds of things happen. But if it gets to be too crazy, then I would just try to lightly, kindly remind them that these threads, people have this thread going off all day. Let's just kind of have this more business oriented. I don't know what else would you guys say? I don't have the best answers. Sarah gives a thumb up. Sounds good. Okay.
No, I like what you said, Liz. It is one of those things where if it starts going off on a tangent, like I don't think there's anything wrong with saying, hey, this is notifying me every time you guys are having a conversation. But you just, if you guys have something you want to talk about, go ahead and, make your own thread. If you have any questions, private message me and let me know or whatever. But I don't think there's anything wrong with that. No one wants to hear the whole side conversation, quite honestly. So
Some people do. Some people enjoy that
Okay.
kind of stuff.
okay, well then they can be part of the other group. I don't know. It's just like easy. I don't know. I just whatever. I think that's perfect. So, anyways.
Awesome. I totally agree. Okay, so then that was really, and the last thing it was really on my heart was making sure that you're leading from the front. I hope that I am showing that. I pray that I'm showing that. When we got down here, we really got ourselves involved in as many different groups as we possibly could. And, we really want to show, I'm going live. I'm showing myself on my weekly parties that I've got set back up. I don't care if one person is here tomorrow night. I don't care if no one shows up. I'll just turn it into probably a live something, whatever. Start showing people some products, whatever it looks like. But it's the consistency of having that every weekly thing wrap party. And, I love how Cammie says, I just can't speak it enough. And we know in conference, they keep saying, you got to get back to the basics of the wrap parties. You got to get back to the basics of the wrap parties, because they say all the people who are building only on Instagram and only on social medias and never going belly to belly, the thing is it's not sustainable. It doesn't stay. Those people you never even put a wrap on them. They don't really know much about anything. I'm not saying that you can't do a good job of, getting your customers that are non-local on things to learn things about things. But she says, hands down, again and again, they see across the board, it's the people who build through parties and through just that real relationship building type thing, really do have the sustainable businesses, the businesses that continually last, the residual income that is there. So I don't want you to miss that piece. I'm not saying you have to be fully wrap parties, but if you haven't done one for a while, or if you don't have any on your books, I would just really suggest that you do get that back kind of on the books, of doing one a couple times a month or whatever that looks like. Do you guys have any questions about that or any thoughts about that? And it really is, if some of you are saying, well, I just can't get people to parties, well, you need to get in front of new people. Like you need to that's what I'm saying, network with new people, get in a Bible study, get in and, go to a new whatever, gym or mom's group or whatever that looks like, extracurricular volleyball. When you start getting in front of new people, then all of a sudden you've got new people to invite to your events. And then it opens up into the networks. That's exactly how it happens. So if you're thinking, I can't get anybody to move, well, it's because you need more people you're chatting with every day. You need to be adding your mutual friends every day. Your Facebook suggested friends. You need to keep building that hundreds list over and over and over again. So you're not beating a dead horse with all these people who you've been continually messaging and they just aren't ready yet, or they don't want to for whatever reason. So does that make sense? And we have to encourage our peeps. Go ahead, Becky. Our team too.
So I just have a couple of suggestions because, I love how you say that we have to get back to the basics, and they always say that. And that's what I've done the last couple months, and that's what's really helped to really take my business to that next level. And one thing that I've done is I have tried to get creative as far as not just having a wine and facial party. And so I've already got 6 people confirmed that are going to come Friday, and I just posted it this morning. And it's because I got to thinking, I'm seeing everybody posting about pumpkins and all this, and I'm like, oh my gosh, we need to totally take advantage of it, because everybody is so crazy about pumpkin everything right now, like pumpkin spice lattes. And I'm not a huge pumpkin person myself, but I'm like, why not make it a pumpkin pampering party?
Oh, love it.
And so yeah, I've got a recipe to use with our Profit to make a pumpkin smoothie. I made that pumpkin dip that's pumpkin puree, vanilla instant pudding powder, and then what is the other ingredient? Cool Whip.
Cool.
It's Cool Whip, the pumpkin, and the pudding. But instead of the pudding, this latch batch that I did the Profit instead, and it's awesome. So I'm going to have a couple of different pumpkin flavored things. And then Tessie had actually called me, and we talked on the phone for almost an hour. And I was like, oh my gosh, I just thought of a great idea for the Profit bites. I'm just going to brush the outside with like a royal icing, just a really light coating. And I'm going to roll them in coconut flakes because it'll make them look like a mummy. And then I'm going to get those little candy googly eyes and put them on there so they look like little mummies. So kind of have it like fall like themed or whatever. And so I've already, like I said, I've already got, what I'm doing is, because I've always had a hard time getting people to actually get a wrapper facial on. Like they're like, oh no, I don't want to do one. So what I've been doing, which helps, and it's really helped my wrap sales, is telling them it's $25 at the door. But we're doing like the pumpkin flavored stuff. We're gonna do a pumpkin facial, and use the cleanser to clean their skin beforehand, and then we're also gonna have a pumpkin carving contest. So it's gonna be really, really fun. And following Friday, it's gonna be a game night, but they're gonna come in their favorite PJs. I got that pie in the face game, and then that speak out game, where you have that mouthpiece in. Yeah. So I got both of those games, and then I have a prize wheel. So like when the teams win, then like there'll be a showdown or whatever, and they can spin the prize wheel, like whether it's a free wrapper, free facial, or free shipping for their first order, or whatever. So and another thing that my team's incorporating starting this month is we're going to be selling raffle tickets at our wrap parties. And once a month this month, and then once in November and once in December. At the end of the month, we're going to draw a winner, and I'll give a basket with full-size products away. But all the money we get from that, our team is actually sponsoring a family for the holidays. So we're going to use that money that we collect to pay for that, and then another to go buy the toys and the gifts and all that. So I just wanted to like kind of throw some ideas out there that like those are some things I've been doing. And then I've kind of partnered up with some other vendors to do some type of like a theme night where we can have like even just here at my house, but it opens up my network to them and their network to me. So
yes, I love those ideas, Becky, and I love that you shared them. So thank you for doing that. So everyone should be thinking about fun wrap party, some kind of a pumpkin night with all that kind of fun thing. Bring your families, have a bonfire after a while. I'm thinking, Alyssa, I think that's what you did when we did your launch party. You did like chili and soups, and you had a bonfire at the end of the night, and everybody brought their kids and family, and it was a blast. So I love that. So be thinking about different ways to, again, be creative as you move into fall, but also be thinking holiday shopping too. Just all that stuff that can be wrapped up right now. So I love that you mentioned that already, Becky. That's awesome to be thinking that way already. So, is your brain already thinking, guys? Is your wheels turning? My wheels are turning. I'm like, okay. I love that. There's the pumpkin ProFit recipe. I can remember that. There's pumpkin bars with the vanilla protein. I know they're all out there. We just have to Google them and find them again. And so, round your teams up, round your local teams up and say, let's do a fun something together, launch some kind of event, relaunch, whatever you want to call it, for your fall bash or whatever you want to call it. And really can get business going and having fun, having a good time. So I love that. That's awesome. That was a lot of awesome sauce right there. Anybody else have anything that you're thinking of doing?
I was thinking of doing, especially this week, I wanted to try and do a Saturday morning like morning coffee and invite people over for that. And then, we can do, and it'll be like a sample party. And I just thought I could do the greens or, do a smoothie in the morning because I know that I've got chocolate ProFit. So I know I could do some things with that as well. And then any of my team members that are local, like we had a pretty good Zoom last night, game planning and getting everybody excited. So, and that was one of the things, like I went down, like I finally, and I can't believe I waited this long to do that, but I printed out the offensive game plan team, and it was just, I can't believe I haven't utilized that tool. I printed it like way when it came out, but I just, never really looked through it. I printed out and said, yep, I'm going to do this. So I printed it out last night, and so we finally got a game plan together with the ones that want to run. And, that was one of the things that I said is we need to look at doing parties or when the Facebook Live events are there, utilizing those or, whatever we need to do. Well, I'm running out of people, and then I've got some team members that are nervous to add other people on Facebook, you know, and I just said, well, if you're not okay to do that, then you need to be getting out in front of people. And, you know, it's kind of putting things in perspective as far as, you know, to make sure that that market doesn't run dry, and kind of showing them that this is what you have to do. So you have to pick and choose, you know, how you're going to build your business. Mm-hmm. So we talked about getting parties booked, and you know, what they're going to do, how many DTs they want to sign, how many LCs, and I'm checking in with them consistently just to see where they're at. So we're pushing hard, and you know, they say they're in, so you know, only action will show if they are. So we'll see.
Mm-hmm. I love that. You know, it even reminded me, you know, there's school festivals going on right now, like public school festivals, like crazy. So, you know, even if you can see if you can't get a table. I know there was one around here, and unfortunately another It Works person got in there. But you know, there was somebody that tagged me underneath something for just a fall festival at a public school where they have huge vendors that are coming in. So those are all places where you can see if you can't get in, and they're cheap. They're usually $40, $50, whatever. And then don't forget just giving those little gifty ideas to your neighbors. You know, bake up some pumpkin muffins. I just did that, and I put some of our flyers, our catalogs, a Blitz card, you know, super excited to get to know you. You know, we're new neighbors, whatever, and just bake something and send it out to your neighbors, 3 or 4 neighbors, and invite them. If you've got an upcoming or you have a weekly event, say, I would love to have you as a guest. Come on over on a Tuesday or whatever when I have my regular wrap events or whatever. Or again, your big fall, something that you got going on. So many great ways to network and grow your business. But the only way it's going to happen is if you do it. Like, we can think about it all day long. We can sit there and hum about it. But the only way it's going to actually work is if you step out and start doing it. Get the wheels in motion. And then all of a sudden things start moving. So awesome. Awesome ideas, Alyssa. Love that. And I know I mentioned to you guys that I am more than willing to do weekly Zooms with you guys, or whether you want it just twice in the month, whatever it is, round up your people, throw out a couple dates to me. I'll put it on my calendar. We could do a half-an-hour Zoom, see how everyone's doing, brainstorm some ideas along the way, see what charts look like and all that jazz. I'm more than happy to carve out space in my calendars and get you guys in with your teams to help you guys just really move forward this month. I mean, everything can change. Everything can change. And you guys know that once January and then February hits, that's the very, 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 very largest time when the company explodes as far as, you know, income, and people are, you know, health and wellness and need a new job. It's the New Year's resolution. So you want to be doing everything you can right now, because then when we come out of conference February, he's going to have some even more major announcements than there are even right now. So that's exciting. And so we have to relight that fire within our own selves and remember what this business can do for you and I, and what this can do for all of our families and all these people around us. So I think it's just that rekindling and getting out there, being live, being out in the front, go live every day if you can, or a couple times a week. Let people know what you're doing. Put a facial on, like wash your face live. Like, some people have been really brave and wrapping their own selves, and like not even skinny people at all are like totally putting their bellies out there. I'm like, oh, I should really do that. But you know, people want to see what you're doing. And remember, people buy people, not products. People buy you. If you don't believe in your products, if you are not using your products, how in the world do you think other people are going to want to buy from you or even keep ordering their products if they don't even see? People don't know what you're doing unless you show them. Show them. We've got Facebook Live. It's free. Hello, it may not always be free. So I challenge every one of you to go live. I'm going to do this for myself. Go live and wash your face with the cleanser. Show them how you put the lifting lip and eye, repair edge, all that jazz. I mean, just do it. People like to watch weird stuff, and they love to follow crazy stuff. So, and Amelia's making fun of me. Say hi.
I can do it too.
Awesome. So, do you get what I'm saying? And then your team is watching you. Remember, you can't expect your team to do things you're not doing. Like, go out there and put a live video out there and then say, now you're it. I encourage you. Now you got to do your live video. So take your Confianza. Show them how you do that. Bake up some protein balls with, show them how you're using your ProFit. Like, Alyssa, you're like amazing at that. The protein balls, energy balls, whatever you call them. Show people making that. Make a pumpkin recipe with our ProFit shake. Show them like just a normal shake for the morning or whatever. Just
Hey, Liz.
Yeah.
I think we should do a game of tag you're it. Go live, tag you're it. I think that'd be fun. That sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah. And so let's do that. We can start it with us, and then we can tag. We can just keep tagging and tag a person on our team, and then tell them they have to tag someone on the team, so that everyone will go, because some people have never went live before, and it is so fun. I mean, the one that John and I did on Saturday, I think it's 1.3 thousand people looked at that video. And I think it's still going. Like, that's amazing how that goes viral. So do it. Like, really, really, really do it. Go live. And who cares if you look good or if you don't? Who cares? I don't know how many times I've gone live and I haven't showered,
Okay, but no more eating sardines while we're going live, guys.
Becky.
Poor Becky, can't do it.
Hey, that was one of my most watched videos. So, you know what? It was literally like, I think within a week of that, like that was like my most productive week. Like I signed like 3 loyal customers that week because they're like, you know what? One of them was like, you know what? I really wasn't going to order anything, but you're crazy. Whatever.
I can't believe that. I couldn't even watch it. I was gagging.
No.
So, but the point is just, go do it. People want to see what you're doing, and they want to see you put your products on. They want to see that you love your products. They want to see that you're taking your Confianza or your greens every day, and this product is for that. So just do it. Just totally do it. Just get out there and just make your videos. Be live, be present. And you know what? Then your team is going to start following you. And they're going to learn as they watch the videos too. People are going to learn and be more educated all the time. Okay, does anybody else have any thoughts on that? It's already, I have to take the kids, wait, what time is it? It's 5:20 here.
The Divine Alliance call starts in 10 minutes.
Yeah, so that's happening, and then I take the kids to Ninja Academy, and it's just nuts on Mondays. So what else do we have to say? If you need to get off because you're hosting, Becky, aren't you hosting tonight? So if you need to get off, I totally understand, to get your brain thought process together. But in these last few minutes, does anybody have anything that they want to share and have concerns on, questions on? It's just the total leading from the front. You got to listen. If you missed the first part, we really talked majorly on conference, the importance of talking to your people right now about getting to conference, and that every person that you get to conference, you can guarantee about $1,000 in income from each person who makes it to conference. So conference, privately messaging your people. And then we talked about the good bonuses and what your game plans are, and asking your team the same things. What are your game plans? Where are you going? What good bonus are you going for? Those are the first 2 things that, before everyone popped on. Any last thoughts, guys, about anything?
I'm so upset about, you sounded English or something.
I sounded all of a sudden Minnesotan or North Dakota, something like that. Are you guys so excited? Like, I am so excited. I am so excited. Things are just hopping. And you know what? Honestly, it's because I got in motion. And as soon as I started getting in motion and getting into vendor shows and moving, things started happening. So if I didn't do anything, I'd still be sitting here saying I didn't have anything to show for my success. This month I had 6 loyal customers and 3 distributors. And now I got people to work with, baby. I got all these 3 new distributors that I'm going to help go Ruby. Boom, boom, boom. How exciting is that? So if you want some momentum, you got to start moving. You got to figure out where you're going to join, what you're going to do. How are you going to get into vendor events? Whatever that looks like, to start creating the momentum and helping your team do the same exact thing.
Hey Liz, it's Lisa.
Hey, Lisa, how are you?
I'm fabulous. I don't know if anybody watched that video that Kayla shared on that, I can't remember, his name was Tall Bob or whatever it was. Anyway, one of the things that he said in there that really struck me was, don't be addicted to the outcome when you're out blitzing and doing whatever, be in a restaurant full of people. You know, she doesn't get crushed when she offers somebody coffee and they say no. She just moves on to the next person, and you just have to keep doing that. And, you know, say a short amount to a lot of people, like you were saying in the beginning, and, you know, get it out there. And I agree too with this scrambling for the entry and having 5 days, you know, to do what sometimes I do in a month. It's been a lot of fun. And the residual effect is, I mean, I reached out to former distributors. I reached out to people I probably wouldn't have. And I mean, it's getting exciting and knowing what we are coming into, like you said, the busiest season, and just remembering that this is supposed to be fun, and we have our hands on something that we are never going to have again in our lifetime. We will never again have this opportunity, and to sit and whatever else, just get out there and have fun and do it. And when, you know, you just talk a lot about mindset, and when you can be grateful for all the things that you have, just even the people who say no, whatever it is, it's changed a lot of things for me. And I'm still working on my new runners. This one guy I met at the River Hills Mall event that we had, and he's Somalian, and he has a huge community, and he's having his launch party. And I said, well, how many people do you think will be there? And he said, I don't know, probably about 200. Okay. I mean, who knows? And we're going to do it every week. And I said, and I will help you. We can do it, you know, every single week until you feel comfortable doing it yourself. And he said, I want this for my family. I want this for my community. So, I mean, you just never know who is going to pop into your life. And I'll let you know if it's really 200. I would. So we'll see how it goes. But you never know what's going to happen in a day or a month or in 15 minutes. So.
Well, and you have to listen. And I love that, Lisa. I mean, it's your encouragement, your encouraging words of wisdom. I really appreciate that. And you are absolutely right. You got to keep the joy in this, and you got to keep telling yourself, I get to do this business. I get to change lives. I get to bring hope to people. I get to. And, what was I going to say? Now it just left me. Oh, just left me. But that would be awesome if you have the 200 people there. That would be amazing. You might need a few wrapping helping hands. That's for sure. What was I going to say? That just, it left me. Maybe it'll come back. That's good, though. That's just awesome. That's so exciting. And it is keeping that positive mindset about you. Absolutely. And just keeping it going and keeping it flowing. And I know what I was going to say. Don't block your blessings. You actually can do that by being in bad moods and not, getting out there and stepping out in faith and just believing and having that, that trust about you. You can actually stop God's blessings from flowing through. He's got opportunity everywhere in front of you. We just have to be willing to get out there, listen to him, giving those urges. Go blitz that person, go check out some vendor shows, go do this, go do that. And then all of a sudden things start happening. So I love it. 3 minutes till the call. Any last thoughts, guys, before we close this up? I really appreciate you guys getting on so much, like last minute.
I appreciate this, and I appreciate and love every single one of you.
Aw, Lisa, we love you too, darling.
I ditto that.
Yeah, and we need to get these. We need to get where we need to go because we got to celebrate Arizona style. We got to get you guys down here and enjoy some big celebrations. So let's get some good bonuses so that we can do that. I need my peeps by me. By then we'll have all the lights working in the yard, which all the lights are, but the house will be finally all put together.
I gotta go, guys. My phone's gonna die. I love you all.
Love you. Thanks for hopping on. All right, so let's close this out in prayer. Does anybody want to lead us in prayer? Thank you, Steph. Anybody? Okay, I will go ahead and do that then. Thank you, Heavenly Father, for this special time together. Thank you for these people that you brought into our lives. Thank you for the gift of It Works. Thank you for giving us, at such a time as this, some really awesome incentives to really change our lives and help change other people's lives. Give us the courage, the bravery to get up, get out, get into new networks, and just start really growing our businesses and doing it all in faith, all in trust that you've got this all lined up for us. And like Lisa says, to keep grateful hearts and to keep belief in front of us, total faith, and having a great time doing it, Lord. So put people in our paths, Lord. Help us to just change lives and create such momentum and create a movement of helping people achieve better health and better finances so that we can move your kingdom further, because we're not so stressed about how we're going to pay for things, that we would have overflowing financial blessings that we can just really throw out and help others, Lord, and be the hands and feet of you. We ask all of this in your name. We ask total blessings over our businesses, and we just lay it all at your feet, Lord. We ask this in your name. Amen. Oh, John brought me some food. I didn't even see that. All right, guys, I'm going to let you guys go because it's time to get on to the Divine Alliance call, and also then I got to get the kids to Ninja Academy. So I love you all. Goodbye. Thanks for joining, guys. Good to see you.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.